important to identify that franchising is all about following what's proven, following someone else's idea that's already honed. I mean, if you think of a franchise that everyone might have heard of, if you think of a Domino's franchise, for example, we know when we say Domino's, we know exactly what we might expect when we walk into that Domino's shop. We know that we're not going to go in there and be served curry. Why are we not going to be served curry? Because that's not the system. The Domino's system is precise. It's all about pizza and certain types of pizza, and it's about pizza delivery, and it's about getting that product to you in a fresh and enjoyable way. So if you take on a Domino's franchise, or any kind of franchise for that matter, it's vital that you're going to follow that system exactly. The brand owner is going to look on it very dimly if you start doing something very different from what is proven. Why is that? Because that dilutes the brand, and it also hurts your business, and it hurts the franchisor's business, and confuses the customers, because what they're expecting they're not getting. So if you're going to take on a franchise, you've got to find a system that you're passionate about and that you want to follow and you want to implement. You're not there to tell the franchisor what to do. It's the other way around. You're there to duplicate their success. So it's vital, therefore, that you think about your interests. What are you passionate about? You know, when you're going into business, it's your chance to do the thing that you really love doing, the thing that you're most passionate about doing. So think very carefully about your interests. If you're investing into a business, if you're investing what could be a great deal of money, with your life savings, or maybe even going to the bank and borrowing money, it's vital that you're doing something that you really want to get out of bed and do with all of your heart every morning. In fact, you need a system that's going to unlock your skills, not leave you feeling constrained and frustrated. So don't be overly cautious, but go out there and find out what's about. But whenever you choose your franchise, choose one that you're going to be passionate about and that you're going to enjoy every single day. It's vital when you're considering franchising that you look very carefully at your finances. Get proper advice. There's no point in taking a big risk on such an important area. You're making an investment for at least the next 5 years. You're making an investment into a business that you can sell and perhaps even put it into your retirement, or get you to that point of retirement. So these are really, really big decisions, and it's really important that you take proper advice from your local family solicitor or someone that's competent when it comes to putting financial plans together. Clearly it affects, if you have a family, it affects more than just you. It affects your partner, affects your children. So you really need to make sure that you're making good quality decisions when it comes to your finances. And when it comes to finances, clearly the banks are a very important place to look at. And the fantastic thing is that the banks have specialist franchise departments and specialist teams that can help you with your franchise decision. So in fact, all of these banks that you can see before you have specialist departments, and you can meet with those specialist people at events like franchise exhibitions, and there's one coming up later on this week at Olympia. We'll talk about that a bit later on. Vital for you to get your family's backing. Starting a business is a challenge. It's not easy, but it can be extremely rewarding. So your family need to be aware of the challenges ahead. They need to embrace the concept that you're taking on with you, and they need to be behind you when the times can be a bit tough, and they also need to be there to enjoy with you all of the fruit of your labor, the success that you bring in from your hard work. So really important to get their backing. In fact, looking at your whole attitude of risk is very important. You may have a high or low attitude to risk, but knowing that you've had good advice, knowing that you've got people behind you that are closest to you is really key in helping you manage that risk and manage those decisions moving forward. And the great news is, for anyone that's thinking about managing that risk and going into franchising, is that consistently over the years, the NatWest and British Franchise Association national survey has revealed that over 90% of people that run franchisees actually run profitable businesses. So that's one of the key reasons why the banks are so interested in franchising, because there's such high levels of success of those that take on and run franchise business. That doesn't mean to say there's no risk. There is risk, and you need to understand that. The key is that you minimize that risk and get the proper advice and choose a system that is proven, is accredited, and you're going to feel passionate about every day.